Tetrakey TV. My name is Mark Hopkins, and this is number 96 of 260 Facebook Live performance acceleration conversations that Rob and I will be doing in 2017. It's always crazy when you think about 96. That's 96 sessions that Rob and I have given you Monday to Friday at 9 p.m. So tonight, and first of all, I have to apologise for last night. Rob is in the States, and an avalanche took out the mast, so he had no signal, and I was not aware that it was on. So we apologise for last night, but we'll definitely make that one up to you. So this is number 96. Please go and look at our books, The Profitable You to Unstoppable Success and Accelerating Your Business Performance. Download them, give us feedback and give us contact. I actually had two people today who walked past me. One of my clients said, I've been reading some of the Tetrakey stuff, I actually like it. So it's actually quite nice to have that. I'm speaking to you from a slightly cold Cape Town. All right, the southern tip of Africa. This is a bit of a crazy week for me. I'm doing 4 flights in 4 days. So Durban, Joburg, flew down from Joburg to Cape Town today, back up to Joburg tomorrow, and Joburg, Durban on Thursday. Speaking tomorrow at an award ceremony around performing in an ever-changing world, which links me nicely into tonight's topic. And tonight's topic is the concept of R.I.P. versus L.I.P. And as I said, I'm here in Cape Town, and I'm staying with one of my oldest friends now. I've known this poor man for about 20 years now. And I was talking to him about saying, I've come to your house, thanks for dinner, but please at 9 o'clock I've got to do some work. And we were actually talking about what I was going to talk about tonight, and the talk about the R.I.P. versus L.I.P. And this is again sort of a really interesting concept about dialogue and conversations. He's actually influenced what I was going to talk about, and he's changed some of my thinking behind this because of the dialogue and the conversation that we had, that if I wouldn't have shared the topic we would have never had. And the concept of the topic is rest in peace versus live in peace, and I'm going to change live in peace based on the conversation I had when I got in tonight. But I always find it quite interesting that when we say goodbye to somebody, at that point we're sort of asking him, asking her, asking that soul to rest in peace, almost as if their life has been anything but peaceful and now they've got a chance to be peaceful. And my first thinking when I thought about putting this topic together tonight is a concept of rest in peace versus live in peace. And when I was speaking to my friend Frank, and he was saying, well, live in peace is a bit static. It's not progressive. It doesn't empower you to live your life on your choice and on your line. So why not think about the concept about live in purpose? So I'd like you to think about the concept of rest in peace and live in purpose. And if you think about rest in peace, it's assuming and implying that you're living your current life in stress or non-peaceful environments. So think about your life at the moment and think about what the top 3 or 4 stresses that you may have. They may be business related. They may be business related stresses that are out of your control. Therefore, what are you going to do to ensure that things that are out of your control are not impacting your inputs and your outputs that are in your control? Because if they're out of your control, well, there's not much point worrying about it. It's a concept of fear and a concept of comfort zones. They're all self-created. We're only fearful of things that we think are going to happen. I took my boy skateboarding on Saturday, and he was, Daddy, I'm scared. He was at the top of the ramp. I was like, well, what are you scared of? He goes, I'm scared of falling. So I said, well, if you didn't fall, would you be scared? And he was like, no. I said, well, don't fall and you've got nothing to be scared of, which might not be the world's best parenting advice, but it seemed to work for him because he went straight down that ramp without thinking about it, because I changed his concept of fear and I took his concept of comfort zones into a slightly different umbrella. So think about your stresses, write your stresses down, and first of all identify, are the stresses something that you're controlling and you're owning, or are there things that are happening on toward you? If the things that are happening on toward you, then what can you do to differentiate those things and push them to one side that don't have the influence that they're currently having on you? Second thing to think about then is, if you can create up that space away from stresses, then what are you going to do to ensure that you can live your life in purpose? So you first of all got to define what your purpose is, and your purpose has to, in my mind, has to encompass the life that you want to lead. It's going to be the people you want to surround yourself with and what they're going to contribute to your life, and they're going to be things in terms of motivating you and driving you to do things, either for an intrinsic or an extrinsic basis. So I'm going to leave you with those couple of things to think about. The first thing to think about is the concept of fear and comfort zones, and how you can change the concept of fear and change your comfort zone to actually deliver things that you want to do. And the second thing is, if we do have this analogy of rest in peace, are you living your life currently in a non-peaceful and stressful way, and therefore what are the things that you can control to remove those stresses from your life? And if we can then flip that coin and say, instead of me living my life in peace, I want to live my life in purpose, what are the things that you're going to do on a daily basis that's going to take you towards a purpose or inspire you to do more? So with that, I wish you a fantastic evening. Hopefully Rob, he sent me 2 WhatsApps and 2 really annoying photos of snow-capped mountains in the Pacific Northwest today, so him and I have had a bit of fallout. But he will be with you, I think he's with you tomorrow, and then I'm coaching hockey Thursday and Friday again, so I'll be with you next week. So with that, I wish you a fantastic evening, a fantastic next 24 hours, and I'll speak to you soon. Good night.